Hey, it's Kara and Dobie again. Hey, we're going to do a really, one of my favorite lessons ever in this whole book and anytime I'm ever teaching guitar, and it's the E minor pentatonic scale. I'm going to teach you that today. This is page 46 in the book. All right? So, across the top of this page, let's just see what I have to say. This is a great scale to use to experiment with improvisation, and it is. You can mix these notes up in an infinite amount of ways to create your own guitar solos over any blues chord progression in the key of E. All right, so let's learn this scale together. Now, you know, we've been talking about the key of E. We've not been talking about the key of E. We've been talking about feeding the dog biscuits. We've been talking about playing in second position. That's what I was going to say. And remember from the past lessons, second position, what that means is your first finger is going to take care of all your second fret notes. Your second finger is going to take care of all your third fret notes, okay? So when you look at this top exercise on page 46, the E minor pentatonic scale, it's nothing but zeros and twos and threes. So we're going to use our two big fingers here for that. So we go open, and then our middle finger is going to catch that three, okay? Let's try it together real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, 3. Open, 2, open, 2, open, 2, open, 3, open, 3. All right? Now, while we're at it, let's go ahead and try that backwards together. We're going to start on the 3. Okay, on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, open, 3, open, 2, open, 2, open, 2, open, 3, open. Okay? All right. Now, let's go ahead and play that it's actually 8 bar blues that I've got in E, the next exercise down. Now, I'm not going to use the metronome. We're going to try to play it nice and slow in time together, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now here's something new in the tablature. See that arrow? It says right below that arrow there's two like zeros stacked on top of each other. That means that you're going to play those at the same time. Anytime you see numbers stacked on top of each other in tablature, that means you've got to play all those at the same time. So those two zeros sound like this. You strike the first two strings on your guitar, okay? All right, let's do that one more time. I'll count us off to 4 and we'll play that exercise together a little bit slower than that though, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on up here. She's trying to figure out ways to get their treats off of the music stand without me. You can't do that. All right, while we're at it, well, we're on that same exercise, 8-bar blues in E. Let's practice our chords. Now, let's go ahead for right now and let's strum each one of those chords just 4 times for every measure. Okay, so it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, okay? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. B7. 1, 2, 3, 4. A7. 2, 3, 4. Back to B7. 2, 3, 4, and E7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now remember, the chords that I just played for you, I want you to do 2 different things with them. I want you to practice those chords with me, all right? Play along with me. And then I want you to go back, and while I'm playing the chords on this video, I want you to play the tablature over the top of it. Likewise, I want you to play the chords when you hear me playing the tablature, okay? And I asked that cat if she would please go outside before I started this video, and she said, no, I don't want to. I would rather come into the house and cry to go outside and wrap myself around the legs of the tripod while the dog gets up and down and tries to get her own snacks so that we can both, between the dog and I, distract you as much as possible. I said, that sounds like a great idea, Cat. I'll leave you in the house. Oh my goodness. All right, 12-bar blues in E. After playing the tab in both of these songs, ask your instructor to play the chords while you use the E minor pentatonic scale to make up your own riffs. Riff, what's that word mean? Riff, licks, solos. It's all the same thing. It's just improvising, okay? Remember, you could record yourself playing the chords and experiment with improvisation as you listen back. But I'm going to be doing that for you at the end of this lesson, so that's going to be really cool. I'm going to play 12-bar blues over and over for you so you can practice improvising using that E minor pentatonic scale. Okay, let's go ahead and look at 12-bar blues in E. All right, 12 bars meaning 12 measures, right? We learned that earlier. Let's play our tablature here after we give the dog a snack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, down, up, down. Rest. Next line. One, 2, and 3. Rest. Last line. Down, up, down, rest. Okay? Now I probably don't need to remind you about this, but I'm going to anyway. Remember when you have eighth notes, the first one you hit in a downward motion and the second one you hit up. So like in the third measure of that 12-bar blues E, you've got 3s. Down, up. If it's not an and beat, like that third measure, down, up, and the second line in the second measure, you've got 2, 2. And then you've also got a 2, 2 on your D string. Those are all down ups, including the last one on the very last measure. Okay? Otherwise, you should always be picking in a downward motion. That's going to help you keep time for right now. There's going to be exceptions to that rule as you advance, but right now, if it's not an eighth note where you're picking down and up, I want all those other quarter notes to be picked in a downward motion. Okay? All right, let me go ahead and play the chords for you in this 12-bar blues E exercise. Remember, I want you to practice playing the chords with me, but I also want you to rewind this video and practice playing your tablature over the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes that E7. Just lift that finger up. Don't slow your right hand down. Try to keep that right hand steady. Here we go. Second line. A. Lift up the middle finger. A7. Now don't stop your right hand. Keep going. Here comes the E. 1, 2. Good job. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last line, B7. Remember when you go to that B7, your middle finger doesn't move. A. And 2 more measures of E. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that, okay? All right, now the trick to all that, I want you to remember, I don't want you to stop between those chords. And obviously, if you were playing along with me and you were keeping up with me, you can't stop. You know, and especially if you stop, if you mess up your music and you stop, there are times when I want you to practice just moving on instead of going back and trying to correct what you've done, all right? When you're playing with another player, that other player doesn't stop along with you and back up, so you got to keep up, all right? Now, if you're having trouble with those chord changes, you need to go back and do all the exercises we've done in the previous pages between the A and the E. The easiest chord changes in the world are when you go from an E to an E7 and an A to an A7, right? Because you just lift up that one finger. Remember that, and keep that right hand going steady when you're practicing those strums with me, all right? Okay, so I am, at this point, I'm going to turn the metronome on, and we are going to use this metronome to give us a tempo to play some 12-bar blues in the key of E for you. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take those notes up at the top of the page, the E minor pentatonic scale notes, and you can do exactly what I'm doing right now if you want to. Just play them forward and backward until you get the feel of it. But then I want you to challenge yourself to maybe stay on the first 2 strings for a little bit. You can hold that note out. Okay, so I was just doing exactly what I want you to do. You don't have to do it that fast, all right? Now, I'm playing at about 72 beats per minute. You can have a note ring out for all 4 beats of that measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So whole notes, half notes that get 2 beats, quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and your down up notes, your eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can grab one of those 2 and 3 and 4 and just try doing that a few times on it, all right? The thing about scales, when you're playing all the correct notes in a scale, you're not going to hit anything that sounds wrong unless you're off and playing a note that's not in that scale. I'm going to be playing the chords of E, A, and B7, and all of the notes in the E minor pentatonic scale match up with any of those chords at any given time, all right? Trust me on this. Give it a try. Just try to play some different notes and improvise over what I'm doing right now, okay? Here we go. Here, 12-bar blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. strumming with me, you can. What I'm doing is a down, 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 up. Here we go again. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So you can practice along with me, playing just the chords that we've got in the 12-bar blues. And you can rewind it and practice your improv work. Okay? We're going to do it 2 more times through, so you got some more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, A. A7. One more time from the beginning. E, A, and back to E. E7. Remember, you can stay on one note. Just see how many different things you can do on that one note. Alright, now here's a little trick that's kind of fun. You're playing all those different notes from the E minor pentatonic scale. Here's a neat little thing you can do. You can play both of your strings open like we did in the first exercise, the 8-bar blues in E. The very last thing I asked you to do, remember, was to do that. So you could be playing along, let's go ahead and turn this metronome back on and imagine that I'm also playing my chords right now. There we go. You could double up those strings. Be a good way to improvise. You gonna sing some blues for us? Okay? Give that a try. Try different combinations of notes. Challenge yourself just to do as much as you possibly can with, like, these notes. And then add your third string to it. All kinds of stuff, gang. You can do anything you want to with those notes, and you're going to be improvising, okay? All right, Dobie, thank you for that little moment of blues singing on your part. That was just beautiful. Okay, this has been page 46. The next time we get together, we are going to do I'm Going Down the Road Feeling Bad, page 47. We'll see how far we can get. We might do Frosted Pecan Log as well, but we're at least going to get together and do page 47 next week when we see each other. Okay, thanks for hanging out with us and having some fun today. Thanks. Bye-bye.